Hello YouTube, how you guys doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day because I certainly am. So today I wanted to get into the book Happier by Tal Ben Shahar. This is a fantastic book. I hope you check it out. I want to talk about the failure of Western consciousness, and this is essentially what Shahar says. He writes, in the United States, rates of depression are 10 times higher today than they were in the 1960s. The average age for onset of depression is 14 and a half compared to 29 in 1960. So what he's essentially saying is rates of depression are exponentially increasing in America, despite the fact that our standard of living has been going up for the last 40 years. So what does that mean? That means that there is a very low correlation between wealth and happiness, and many studies have found this, with the exception of extreme poverty where you can't find food to eat, water to drink, and a place to live, which is the three things you essentially need. Without that, of course, happiness tanks in relation to deprivation in those areas. But happiness doesn't tank when those needs are met, and anything above that is completely unrelated to happiness. So that's the beginning point, the failure of Western consciousness. Now, Tal Ben Shahar calls happiness the ultimate currency. I don't completely agree with that point. I do believe that consciousness is the ultimate currency, but let's just go with his idea and pretend that happiness is the ultimate currency. He wants us to distinguish between primary goals and secondary goals, right? And we often confuse the ends for the means, right? So what's the end? Happiness, right? The means we use to get to those ends, whether it be money, prestige, a yacht, a hot girl, or a hot guy if you're a girl, or, if you're gay or whatever. But so happiness, in his opinion, is the primary goal. Secondary goals, you can always put to the side, right? Like prestige, money, power, wealth, all that stuff. That's the second point I want to make. Now, the third point is breaking down what happiness is. And the fourth point, I'm going to discuss how to get it. Okay, so what is happiness? Tal Ben Shahar says happiness is a mixture between meaning and pleasure. Pleasure is happiness in the here and now. Meaning is happiness devoted towards a higher calling in your life. He talks about self-concordant goals, or goals that are aligned with your deepest values and character. He says goals aren't to be taken too seriously, or the right goals can liberate us in the now, whereas the wrong goals can send us down the wrong path of life and ultimately detract from our happiness. So how do we achieve both meaning and pleasure? So he talks about the three qualities that we need when aspiring to choose our calling in life, right? Like, what is our calling? What are we here to do? So first, it's what you enjoy. That's the first quality that it needs to have. The second is what gives you future benefit. That is purpose, the sense of meaning. And the third quality that you need to find your calling is what are you good at? So those three things combined essentially help you determine how to attain true and lasting happiness. Now, I want to add on to that concept by getting into a little bit of Eastern philosophy, right? So the East essentially says that this concept of goals and purpose is too vague and abstract, and the best way to achieve happiness is grounding yourself in the here and now through meditation. So for the East, the purpose of their life is to heighten consciousness, and the process of heightening consciousness is intrinsically pleasurable, right? Meditation, if you do it right and if you do it long enough, is intrinsically pleasurable. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Thanks so much for listening. If you're new here, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much.